What's going on, ladies and gents? This is episode 9 of the TEW9 Draft Wars. I'm BT Savage, and of course, we got MAXHITMATT, and in this episode, on my side of things, we're coming off the aftermath of Judgment Day, big pay-per-view, a lot of things going down, and I expect this SmackDown to be pretty big as well. Honestly, I can't lie. I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. We're gonna see as we go along. But obviously, we got Matt's Raw as well.
Yeah, man, we got Kane and Matt Hardy booked for this Raw. We got Big Show and Rikishi. We're gonna obviously be heading towards Bad Blood, so we're gonna look more into that. Of course, we have a lot of matches going on there. So honestly, man, I think we should just get straight into it. You guys have been loving this. I've been loving this. BT's been loving this. Let's keep on rolling.
Let's roll.
Let's go. All right, and we kick off Monday Night Raw, 31st of May, 2004, in the Arizona Desert Sun. Yeah, Desert Sun Stadium. I don't know why I second guessed myself. I shouldn't do that. But we kick off, and it's Eddie Guerrero's out in the ring, and he basically says, "Chris Jericho, come out, man. We need to talk." Chris Jericho comes out. You know, he's still getting a pop. It's Chris Jericho. You know what I mean? There's a bit of bad blood. We're going to use that term, even though it's a bit lame. But we're going to use that term. And just as Jericho grabs the mic, about to talk, Eric Bischoff comes out. His music hits. He stands on the ramp and he says, "You know what? You two, get to the back. You both have... Eddie, you have a match tonight. You didn't know about it. I have signed someone for a one-night deal to take on our world heavyweight champion, and he is one of the most dangerous people in the world. He is an MMA fighter. He is a legitimate athlete." Out comes Ken Shamrock. So pretty much, Eric Bischoff does not let them talk. Just says, "And I've got a match up next, so get out of the ring." We don't see anything. We don't know if they were gonna make up. We don't know if they were gonna argue, fight, brawl. Who knows? Bischoff completely cuts it off. Says, "You know what? Kane's in a match tonight. Eddie Guerrero, you're in a match tonight. Chris Jericho, you will be in a match next week. There is no easy ride to Bad Blood." Sorry. Wow. 85 there is pretty good.
It's good opening promo. Love to see it, Ken Shamrock.
One night, he literally came to us before the show and was like, I want a match. We're like, okay, I will do that. We then kick off with John Cena taking on an OVW star, Sean Daivari. John Cena defeats Sean Daivari by pinfall with the FU. 72 for Cena. That's actually really good. 64 overall, but 72 for Cena. Grabs a mic after the match. He calls out Christian. Says, "Christian, get your ass out here. We don't even need to talk. We need to settle this. We have a match at Bad Blood, last man standing, and I can guarantee I'm going to be the last man standing." Christian's sort of laughing, and everyone looks at the ramp, but Christian's not there. Look up at the Tron. He's out at the local bar. Saying, "I'm not even there. I'm around the corner, buddy. Need to be there, and I'm still in your head. I'm winning the mental game. You might be all muscle, and you can rap, and you can put words together nicely, but I'm Captain Charisma, and I've got the brains. So I will see you, Bad Blood." 76.
Wow.
We then go backstage. We cut backstage, and Matt Hardy tells Jeff Hardy he wants to do it alone tonight. We know that Matt Hardy's taking on the Big Show, Bad Blood, but tonight he's taking on Kane. Tells Jeff, "I got to do it alone tonight." We said we were going to be partners, but we brothers, of course. But we also said we wanted to do things singles. So now is my time to prove it that I can also be a single star. And just to be like, "Man, I don't know, but you're my big brother. What am I gonna say?" 69.
69.
Then have a 67 rated match. Not very good. I'm gonna honestly say not a huge Big Show carry here, but Big Show has been pretty consistent for me. And obviously they don't click, so that doesn't help. But like Big Show's been pretty good for me, man. But he does win with a choke slam on Rikishi, about 9.5 minutes. Yeah, it is what it is.
Wow.
They get an 81 as Chris Jericho's backstage, and he says, "You know what, Jericho? Meet me in the middle of the ring the night after Bad Blood. We can show our true colors. I can tell you how I really feel. You can tell me how you really feel. Doesn't matter if I'm World Heavyweight Champion, you're World Heavyweight Champion, or that ugly son of a bitch Kane is World Heavyweight." As soon as that show rolls, as soon as those cameras are rolling, you and I in the middle of the ring the night after Bad Blood. Enough. 81. 81. Not bad. We then get that Kane and a Matt Hardy match. And it's not great. It's not great. 68. It's okay. It's okay. But these are some of the guys that we're going to push towards upper mid-card main event. I mean, Kane is literally going to be in the main event of Bad Blood. So you kind of hope a little bit better. But the match, this is wrong. But Matt Hardy defeats Kane after the Big Show runs in and attacks Matt Hardy. So he wins by DQ. We get a 68 there. Kane's not really, he doesn't really care, right? Kane's not the kind of guy that cares about his win and loss record. Let's be honest.
He cares about inflicting pain.
100%.
That's all that matters.
We then get a segment where Eric Bischoff is backstage with JBL. JBL's in his office and he says, JBL, John, Bradshaw, like, he goes, John, I can't get you out of this Rock match. You've said you want it. He wants it. I can't get you out of this. I know the Rock concert, it was embarrassing to both me, both you and I, as well as the Big Show. I understand how you feel. I know you're irate, but I can't get you out of this. And he says, Eric, I didn't come here to say that. I came here to say that you best believe I'm going to kick his ass for what he said about me. I don't agree with what he said about you either, but I'm not here to kiss your ass. I don't want to get out of that match. I was making sure it's still on. Yeah, bit of a side of JBL, I guess. Get a 75 there. That's not bad. Then get into a women's match as we get Victoria defeat Ivory in about 8 minutes, and 16 seconds with the Black Widow. 46 for Victoria, 37 for Ivory. I feel like, and this is not to try like discredit SmackDown. SmackDown's doing amazing, but the cruiserweights are always going to have a better in-ring than the women's. So the women's is a real rebuild, and I will get there. I will bring the women up, but it is going to take time. So yeah, I can't just have Lita every night. Even she's not amazing, but Lita is definitely the best on the roster. Her and Trish, of course, but Trish is kind of doing her own thing, not wrestling. 48 isn't great. We then get John Cena. He arrives at the bar that Christian was at, but he just can't seem to find him. He's looking around everywhere. He's at the pool table. He's like, where is he? Where is he? Checks the bathrooms. No one there. Maybe he opens the door and someone's taking a shit or something. Classic 2004, you know what I mean? TV, right? Oh, sorry, man. Whatever, right? Maybe it's some random legend, like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He opens the door and he's taking a shit. You know what I mean? We could see it, right? Yeah, you could see it, right? Anyway, and then, yeah, he just can't seem to find him. He gets 79. Tell me you can't see it happening.
Oh, right. I can, bro. I can.
We then get a tag team match as we see the team of Venus and Storm take on Edge and Rob Van Dam. And Edge submits Val Venus with the Educator. We are getting rid of that move. That's going to happen. But anyway, this is the type of stuff we need from RVD, man. An 85 here with the tag team. It's not relying just on his psychology. So yeah, Edge and RVD pick up a big win over Venus and Storm. During the match, though, so this is how I see it. He didn't win with the Educator. A-Train tries to hit Edge. Edge kind of ducks it and hits Val Venus. Edge then runs the rope and hits the spear on Val Venus. A-Train kind of costs Venus and Storm in a way. But yeah, 78, I will take that, man. That's not a bad tag team match.
Solid stuff.
We then move on. We kind of come back to the bar, and Cena's walking out. He's like, I can't find him, man. I think he's talking to Hacksaw. He's like, sorry again, man. Sorry. And walks out to the car park where he's blindsided and attacked by Christian and both Stratus. And just absolutely blindsided, taken down. Christian says, you know what? I'm not going to be on Raw next week. I'll see you at Bad Blood. I'll be the last man standing. Kind of, you know, maybe he does the whole, like, it's Christian, right? Maybe he does the whole 1, 2, 3, it counts to 10, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Cena, man, Cena's not looking real strong going into this pay-per-view. You know what happens with Cena and pay-per-views when he doesn't go in strong?
I know exactly what happens, bro.
We all know what's going to happen, but it's fine. 83 there for this segment. JBL then comes out, and most of this segment is him making his entrance, as it always is. But he tells The Rock he needs to be ready for the beating of his lifetime. And yeah, I'm not the same Bradshaw that you knew years ago. You come back here from Hollywood and, you know, all your money, I got 10 times the account you do. But not only that, Rock, I have a plan, which is something you don't have. You're going to come in here, you're going to do the most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment. You're going to try and excite these people, but I'm here to win a match, and I'm here to lay the smackers down. 70 for JBL. It's okay. Okay. We then go into our main event, which was a failure on the creative finish. That sucks. We get a 77 though, as Eddie Guerrero defeats Ken Shamrock with a frog splash. What happened was there was an exposed turnbuckle. Eddie exposes the turnbuckle, and then Shamrock runs into it or whatever, hits head first, whatever, and then into a frog splash. So kind of keeping Shamrock safe, even though he's not really on our rosters. It just felt like the right thing to do. A 94 for Eddie. When we eventually do like Eddie vs Rock or Eddie vs even like an Eddie vs Angle, Eddie vs Jericho, Eddie vs RVD, those matches are going to be insane.
It's amazing, bro. Eddie just doing the carry job.
Legit. We finish up on a 78. I will take it. This is kind of the point. 78 is like, we don't want to go lower than that, really, but that's an okay rating. You know what I mean?
That's good stuff.
Easy done. I think we should just get over to SmackDown, man. This is not a bad show. Let's
do it, man.
Let's do it.
We are here with the June 4th edition of SmackDown in Bridgeport, Connecticut, I believe, in the Webster Bank Arena, in front of 8,092 people as we kick off the show with Stephanie McMahon. All people, the GM, of course, and she gives an update on Chris Benoit after the aftermath of Judgment Day. And she said, you know, unfortunately Benoit, you know, the doctors have checked up on him. Obviously, he took that pedigree on the concrete real bad. He has a bit of head trauma. He's going to be out for a while. And, you know what, Triple H, I want to bring you out. I want to bring you out right now because I've got some news for you. And it might not be the best news, but honestly, it's not the worst news. Let's be real. And Triple H comes out, Evolution comes out. And Triple H, she's like, you know, Steph, right now should be my championship celebration. You're really, you know, you're really a party pooper, Steph. You know, this is my time. You see the belt around my waist. You know, this is ridiculous. I don't care about Benoit. Let's be real. I got rid of the trash. I did what I had to do to win this title, and I'm glad. This should be my time to celebrate. And Stephanie's like, you know what? If you want to celebrate, you can wait till later on in the night. Because right now I got some important news, and we got another pay-per-view on the way. Great American Bash is quicker than you think, Trips, and we need another number one contender. So for tonight's main event, I got a 10-man battle royal lined up, and the winner of that will face you at Great American Bash. Good luck with that, Paul. Whoa! Don't drop real names, Steph. Come on now. Yeah, there we go. We got that set for the main event tonight. 86 rated.
That's huge.
Good stuff there. Then we get into our opening match of the night. As Charlie Haas picks up a win against Rosie. In this Sunday 9 minutes with that. Rosie. With the Haas-trution. Fuck, I hope I said
It's
that
Haas-struction.
right. Haas-struction, fuck. There we go. 54 rated match. They don't click, unfortunately. 54 for Charlie Haas, 38 for Rosie. Oh, okay. That's right. Charlie Haas he's an asshole.
You're either Charlie or you're Haas.
Exactly, bro. And we got hype here. Undertaker will be in action tonight, so get keen for that.
Yeah.
74 rated there.
Dead man after his big win, obviously, at Judgment Day, so...
Yeah, bro, big win over Regal. He's going to be in action tonight.
Speaking of Regal.
We got a big backstage segment here, man. We got Maven with Shawn Michaels, man. Well, Maven, he's just excited. Backstage. Man, I was part of Judgment Day. I was with two of my idols, two of my favorites. Shawn, man, I love you. And tonight I'm in this battle royal, man. I could be a world champion. And Shawn's like, Maven, you deserve it, kid. You deserve it. You gotta take those opportunities when you can, man. You gotta strike when the iron's hot. You can be a champion sooner rather than later, Maven. And Maven's excited and he's pumped. He's walking up and there's Regal, William Regal. And I imagine he's in a neck brace. He's got some bruises on his face. And Maven's like, oh, Regal, man. You see what I did at Judgment Day, man? I picked up the win. And I was with two of my favorites, man. And I could be a world champion, man. And, Regal, I seen what happened to you at Judgment Day. It's like you didn't really come up with the win there, man. But trust me, Regal, I know you're good, and you can get back to that prime Regal form, man. And he just pats Regal on the shoulder, and Regal's pissed. He's just giving him the death stare.
Yeah, he just got little broed by Maven.
He did, bro. He got little broed by Maven, bro. That's embarrassment, bro. Regal, bro. Your papers are waiting for you, Regal, bro. And then as Maven sort of walks off screen, Ric Flair, he comes on screen. He's right. He's still angry, man. And Regal, not Regal, fucking Ric Flair bumps into Shawn, and Ric Flair's like, Shawn, you son of a bitch! What are you doing here, you jabroni punk? You think you're better than me, huh? Shawn's like, calm down, Nature Boy, man. It's all good, man. And Ric Flair just slaps the shit out of Shawn Michaels and walks off. Ric Flair's not having it tonight, man. Ric Flair, he's still in the mood, bro. He's spiraling out of control, man. And Shawn's just holding his cheek, and he's concerned, I guess.
The Nature Boy.
82 rated. For the Nature Boy. Ric Flair. What a segment. Speaking of Ric Flair. Yeah, Ric Flair defending Spike Dudley. I'd imagine to finish here. Ric Flair, the refs gets distracted somehow. You know Ric Flair, he's the dirtiest player in the game. The ref's just gonna
I've got an idea.
Distracted.
I've got an idea. You don't have to run with this. We're doing this, we're live right now. We're recording right now, but Ric Flair comes out drinking, right? Ric Flair leaves the bottle kind of like the shillelagh position, right? Leaves the bottle there. Anyway, the referee goes over. Ric Flair, in mid-match, pretends like he's going to throw up. Goes to lean over the ropes. The referee's sort of like checking on him, whatever. I don't know, maybe Ric Flair just spits on the ground. The referee goes clean it up, and then that's how it happens. Something like that.
I do like that.
Because you got to introduce the bottle, you know what I mean, somehow.
Exactly, bro. Because Ric Flair's been drinking these last couple of weeks, man. Like, he's been drinking, he's been smoking. All in the end, Ric Flair uses the bottle on Spike Dudley and picks up the win. So, Ric Flair, bro. Some may say it's an all-time low for Ric Flair, but others may say it's an all-time high. And Ric Flair is just...
Emphasis on the high.
Emphasis on the high. 65 rated there. Look, that's fine. Then, Ric Flair celebrating, and Shawn Michaels out of nowhere comes out. I'd imagine maybe from the crowd. And gives Ric Flair a sweet chin music. Boom.
I think
And then
I think just like for dramatic effect, and like sorry to interject, Ric Flair's having a swig of drink, and then he gets switching
and then
music to
the
beer
yeah, then
sprays
the
everywhere. You know what I
bits
mean?
smashed everywhere, yeah. And Batista and Orton, they come down to try and do the save, but Sean runs off. He runs off, and look, Ric Flair, bro, he looks bad, bro.
He looks
Like
fucked.
one of the meanest switching musics of all time on the Nation Boy, bro. I think Ric Flair's gonna be you might not be able to talk for a while,
Thank God.
which is which is a good thing. 80 rated. And Regal's gonna be in action next week, guys. We seen he was in the neck brace, so maybe that was some dramatic effects.
Yeah, well, we know what William Regal's like.
Well, bro, he took the Hell's Gate from Undertaker, man. Like, come on, bro.
True.
50 rated, and then we get
Ooh.
1-on-1. The Cruiserweight Champion, Chavo Guerrero, picks up a win against Paul London with a brainbuster. 74 rated there, 64 for Chavo, 63 for Paul London. Wow,
That's a good match.
that's a very good match. We got Scott Steiner, man. He's still promoting a fat blaster with his freak Dawn Marie, of course, and he runs into Mick Foley backstage, and Foley's like, Steiner, I've seen what you've been doing lately, man, and I do appreciate the talent and the gift of the gab that you have, Steiner, but, believe it or not, Steiner, under my tutelage, under my mentorship, Steiner, I think you could be a star. I think you could just get over the hump, break through the glass ceiling, and be a world champion, Steiner. And then Steiner's like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, that would have been censored, by the way. That would have been bleeped out on the networks. Are you kidding me? Foley, you think I'm some young up-and-comer in the biz, man? Do you know who I am? I'm Big Papa Pump. I'm the big bad booty daddy. And you're just some fat freak who's washed up and needs to get in the spotlight. I would give you this fat blaster, but it's clear that I wouldn't help you anymore. You're 50 years old. You can barely walk. You're pathetic. And stop looking at my girl. Stop looking at Dawn, because goddamn, you get 2 out of 10s from goddamn Long Island, while I get those baddies, those freaks that are 20 out of 10s. Get out of my face, you fucking freak! And I'm not talking to you, Dawn. You're my freak. Holla! If you hear me! And Foley's just...
Steiner.
Steiner, you son of a bitch. No. Foley's not saying anything. I'm not fucking getting into a fucking Mankind promo. Oh, shit. Look at this match. Rob Conway and one-on-one action with Eric Young from Developmental. Ego Trip. Wow, that describes a lot of members on fucking SmackDown. 50 rated match. Wow. The less said, the better. I can't lie. Shout out to Rob Conway.
We move on.
I've done this week got Randy Orton one-on-one action with Ultimate Dragon. Oh, this is gonna be a banger, bro.
Absolute banger.
It's gonna be a good match. Both of these men, I love. It's the Undertaker in action against Chuck Palumbo. As he wins in 10.5 minutes with the Tombstone Pile Driver, 78 rated match, 82 for Taker, 45 for Chuck Palumbo. They don't seem to click.
Honestly, this is what it is, right? It's just to get Taker on the card,
It's just to get Taker in action, get him a win,
Yeah.
and it did the job. And we got Stephanie McMahon congratulating Shelton Benjamin on winning that US title, and Steph's like, Shelton, I knew you could do it. You're the young, upright star here on SmackDown, and I know you're gonna present yourself well as US champion. You're gonna treat this title with prestige and honor, and I'm proud of you, Sean. And Sean's like, thanks, Steph. I'm gonna be a fighting champion, and ain't no stopping him now.
Oh
as
my god.
the song would say.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
67. And we got the 10-man battle royal for number one contendership for that title, that heavyweight title. And we're seeing a decent match here. We got Ray winning the battle royal. You know, we got members like Hardcore Holly in there.
I would just read order of elimination. It's probably better.
Well, look, they can see it on the screen.
Okay, I'll read through it quickly. Hardcore Holly was first eliminated, then Mark Jindrak, second, third, Hurricane, fourth, Bubba Ray Dudley, fifth, Tajiri, then Maven, then Scott Steiner, who was eliminated by Mick Foley. And then Mick Foley, who was eliminated by Scott Steiner, who came back in the ring and eliminated him. And then final two, obviously Ray and Rene Dupree, and Ray picks up the win.
Thank you, bro.
Right.
Honestly, what can I do about you? You know, fucking 77 rated match there. Yeah, look, Ray, he's not a contender now.
It's going to be Ray and Triple H at Great American Bash.
But wait! There's more! As we eventually get at the end of the night, a long-awaited Triple H heavyweight title celebration, and we see Triple H out there, we see Randy Orton, we see Batista, we don't see Ric Flair, which, you know what, it's fine. Ric Flair, he's obviously, I think he's still passed out in the back from superkick-itis, alcoholism, or mix of both.
Yeah.
And Triple H, he says, finally, the best thing of the night. You get to see
in his hometown.
In his hometown, in Connecticut, of course. What much better? And Triple H is getting booed in his hometown. And he says, you know what, I don't appreciate you snobs. You know, I'm better than all of you. Because, look, I'm a champion and you're a bunch of losers. But, look, I have a lot to get off my chest right now, unfortunately. If I got to celebrate earlier in the night like I could, I'd be happy. I'd be glad to be here. But no, Stephanie ruined it for all of yous. So let me speak my fucking truth. Number one, Chris Benoit. Oh, we're supposed to feel sad for him. No. That's true. We're not sad for him. We're all glad he's taken out. He's a useless piece of trash. And, you know, he was never going to be championship material here on SmackDown. And I think I did the greater good here for SmackDown.
I agree.
For everyone.
In hindsight, I agree.
Next up, Rey Mysterio. I see you just won the Battle Royal, and oh Ray, if you think what I did to Benoit at Judgment Day was bad, oh Ray, you little midget, your career is over. By the time Great American Bash comes around, just get to praying, because in about 3 weeks' time, you're done, pal. You're done. You know, Shawn Michaels, I want to address you too. You know, one time we were friends, and now you're mentoring a old, young amateur in Maven. I'm disappointed in you, Shawn. You found God and Pace the Wimp. You're a pussy. You know, you could have maybe been a part of Evolution at one point in time, and you could have mentored actual talent like Randy Orton and Batista, but no, you decided to align yourself with Maven. Sad. And Stephanie, you know, we were lovers at one time, but ever since you've ran SmackDown into the ground, you've just shown your true colors. And I'm here to save SmackDown as your champion, to present, to grace myself with all your presences. Fuck, I don't even know. I'm just rambling on at this point.
That's a normal Triple H promo, really.
Yeah, look, let's just say 25 minutes later, Triple H says, fuck yous all. I'm out. See yous next week here on SmackDown. And that goes in 81. And, wow, 78 rated SmackDown.
Yeah, same as Raw.
Same as Raw. Good stuff.
It's a good show. We're developing these stories, and I feel like we're intertwining things, and we're really coming together with that stuff. Now it's time for the B shows.
Oh, the B shows, my favorites.
Let's get it.
We are here now with my Velocity from Virginia. We kick off here. Ric Flair. We see him backstage mumbling and stumbling. His jaw is still very much hurting from that switch in music, and he's probably been trying to drink more. So Flair's just like, "No, so much, so much." One's there just trying to help him, man. It's like, Ric Flair, man, come, Ric Flair. I got some ciggies and.
I love how
some
the only segments to get explained on the B show is Ric Flair.
Right, because Ric Flair, this is a story that's been developing for months now. Like, this needs to be solved. We got main event Maven. A big win against Tatanka, bro. Uncle Holly wants to get back to his winning ways. Doubt that will happen. Clay Die defeat Toy Killer Trailer by Trash. Chavo Guerrero hypes himself up as the best thing in the Cruiserweight division. You're correct, sir. And then Rene Dupree defeats Atlanta Jordan.
Good times here on Velocity. Let's go over to Heat. Alright, and we kick off the last Heat before Bad Blood. How exciting! With Matt Hardy promising to get revenge on Bischoff and The Big Show. Lance Storm defeating Rodney Mack. Victoria says she has her eyes on the women's title, and of course Lita. Basham Brothers defeat a Big Bad John, which is Heidenreich and Billy Gunn. Finley says although he's not in his prime, he wants some more success on Raw. And Tommy Dreamer defeats Rico in our main event with a 50. 56 overall.
What a show, man.
We're about to have the go-home show of Bad Blood. I'm so excited. This could be one of the biggest Raws ever. That's all I'm going to say. One of these segments could be the biggest thing in Raw history. Just in the safe. I'm excited for that.
That's huge, man. I was on my side. Honestly, it's a roller coaster, man. It's a roller coaster. And we're going to Great American Bash. Yeah. I believe this is the end of the episode now.
Sure is.
So until next time, I'm BT Savage. This is MAXHITMATT, and we'll see you in the next episode of The Draft Wars.